It happened in front of 18 million viewers. A global tech event, streamed live, watched by the most powerful people on Earth. Scientists, investors, world leaders. It was supposed to be the dawn of something new, a triumph of mind over biology. But no one, not even Elon Musk himself, could have predicted what came next. Elon was there to unveil the next phase of Neuralink, a chip smaller than a fingernail, capable of preserving human memory, enhancing cognition, and according to Musk, one day storing human consciousness. "We are not far," he said that night, "from erasing human suffering. Death is just a problem we haven't solved yet." The crowd roared. People were already calling it digital immortality. Elon was in control, relaxed, smiling, explaining the future like he'd already built it. His tone was calm, his words rehearsed. This was just another headline moment, until it wasn't. Without warning, a child walked onto the stage. Small, barefoot, holding a toy rocket in one hand and a half-crumpled napkin in the other. The cameras didn't know what to do. At first, people thought it was part of the show, some symbolic gesture, the future of humanity brought to life. But it wasn't a stunt. It was Elon's son, XGSE. 6 years old, bright, curious, quiet. He had wandered away from his backstage seat, past security, and stepped straight into the spotlight. Elon turned, surprised but not panicked. He let out a small laugh, the kind of laugh a father makes when his child surprises him in front of a crowd. The audience laughed too. The host bent down and handed the mic to the boy. "Well, hello there, little guy," the host said. "Do you want to say something to all these people watching your daddy?" X took the microphone. He looked out into the crowd. His eyes didn't blink. And in a voice that was clear, soft, and unshakably sincere, he said, "Last night, Jesus came to me in a dream. He said, 'Tell your dad he can't live forever without me.'" There was no sound, not a single word, just silence. Not the kind of awkward, pause in a speech silence. This was something else. The kind of silence that swallows a room. The kind that makes your skin go cold. The kind that only happens when something impossible has just been said. Elon froze. His expression didn't change, not right away, but the smile was gone. His eyes shifted. His jaw locked. He stared at his son, and for a moment, it was like the air had left the building. X looked up at him, still holding the mic, unfazed by the thousands of eyes on him. Then he said something else. Jesus said people who build a world without God will lose it. Someone in the front row gasped. Another person whispered, "What did he just say?" The laughter was gone. Even the host didn't know how to respond. Elon knelt down beside his son, placed his hand gently on his shoulder, and whispered something no microphone could catch. X pulled away just slightly and looked up again. "Daddy, are you building a world that forgets heaven?" And that was the moment. That was when Elon Musk, the man who builds rockets, controls satellites, talks with presidents and crowns and billionaires, visibly cracked. His eyes welled with tears. He stood up slowly, took the microphone out of his son's hands, and paused. You could see it on his face. Something deeper than confusion. It wasn't embarrassment. It wasn't anger. It was fear. Not fear of the public, not of the crowd. Fear of something eternal. He didn't say another word. He took X by the hand, turned away from the podium, and walked off stage. No closing remarks. No PR recovery. No Neuralink demonstration. Just a man and his son disappearing behind the curtain. And the world exploded. Within minutes, clips of the moment flooded the internet. Elon Musk's son says Jesus spoke to him, live on stage, was trending on every platform. TikTok flooded with reactions. YouTube had 1,000 breakdowns before sunrise. Some said it was a hoax. Others called it prophecy. Pastors called it divine. Scientists called it absurd. But no one could deny one thing. Something real had happened. The man who talked of living forever had been silenced by a child who talked about God. Over the next few days, Musk said nothing. No tweets. No statements. The official Neuralink press release was pulled. The footage was mysteriously removed from the original broadcast. But the clip lived on. Millions downloaded it. Millions watched the moment where the future, with all its wires and circuits and endless ambition, was stopped cold by a 6-year-old boy with a dream. Behind the scenes, someone leaked audio, unclear, quiet, but believed to be Elon speaking to his son backstage. "Do you really think Jesus came to you?" he asked. "I know he did," X said. "He said your machines are loud, but heaven is quiet, and you're not listening." "What else did he say?" Elon asked. "He said not to be afraid of dying. That forever isn't something we build. It's something we're given." The audio ends there. No one can confirm its authenticity, but it spread like wildfire. For days, commentators speculated what would come next. Would Elon Musk become religious? Would Neuralink be shut down? Would this moment go down as the spiritual turning point of the modern age? The answer is unclear. What is clear is this: something inside the richest, most powerful man on earth was shaken. For a man who built rockets to Mars, who engineered AI to think faster than the human brain, who mapped the neural code like a new Bible, one sentence from a child changed everything. Jesus said, "You can't live forever without me." People still talk about it. Some call it the glitch in the system. Others call it a miracle. But maybe, just maybe, it was neither. Maybe it was a warning. Maybe it was a whisper, not from a machine, but from the God we stopped listening to. Maybe eternity isn't waiting in the cloud, but in the heart of a child old enough to speak when the world goes silent. And maybe the question isn't whether Elon Musk heard it. Maybe the real question is whether we did. Because in that moment, raw, unscripted, unstoppable, a 6-year-old reminded the world of something it forgot. You can build rockets to escape death. You can build chips to store your soul. But you can't build heaven. And you can't outrun God, not even if your name is Elon Musk.